We're with Mark Geist, president of the Shadow Warrior Project, and tell us a little bit about the Shadow Warrior Project.
Me and my wife started, it's a nonprofit, after what I went through in Benghazi and experienced as a private security contractor and how they're not getting taken care of. So me and my wife decided it's another way for us to continue serving. What we do is we help out the families and the individuals who get injured or killed working for the government as private security contractors overseas. Most of them are working in classified programs, so we'll never hear about them. You won't hear their stories, but that's easy for the government to forget about who they are as well. What most people don't realize is that, like myself, when I was in Benghazi, the day I left on the 12th, I got shipped to Lunchtal, Germany to the hospital. My pay stopped. So I'm in the hospital 6 to 8 weeks. I don't get paid. Then when I get out of the hospital, get sent home, I got to file all the paperwork for workman's comp through Division of Labor or Department of Labor, and we all know how efficient government is. I think we got our first workman's comp check in first week of January. So from September to January, we didn't have any money. And the last thing I felt was we don't need our warriors and their families having to worry about whether or not their bills are going to get paid when they're having to either grieve the loss of a loved one or they're having to take care of one who's been injured severely.
Well, and I think that's a reflection of commitment. I know I've met Tig, and I know that basically you were told to stand down, and that was just not an option.
No, it's not. I mean, there's American lives. The way I look at it, it's like this: if I can make a difference in somebody else's life, and I don't take it, there's nothing more criminal than that.
Absolutely.
It's just what we are.
You find that in the military. You don't always find that elsewhere.
No, that's one of the hard things for a lot of the guys coming back. One of the things what we're doing with Shadow Warriors is, as you see here, we got my good friend Rone here. She's named after Tyrone Woods, who was killed next to me. But she was donated to me by a group called SOWW, Special Operations Wounded Warriors, and it's kind of the way we kind of put it is we giving a guy his sword back. When you're in the military, you're out there fighting. When you come back, you don't have that anymore. You don't have that sense of service. So they get a dog. We kind of help get you trained up on how to handle that dog, be a part of our dog team or the group of guys. We continue that training. If you want to train your dog in, arson, cadaver search and rescue, whatever it is, we'll get you through that training with a group. And the guys that are doing the training is Baden K-9. And then you get to go back to your city or your community and be an asset again. You get your sword back, so to speak. Kind of a short story about Baden K-9. There was 32,000 Canadians who came to America to go fight in Vietnam.
Right.
And one of them was a guy by the name of Mike, and he's who started Baden K-9. At 16 years old, he came to America, lied about his age, joined the Marine Corps to go fight in Vietnam. While Bill Clinton and some of those others were heading the other direction, they were coming to help us out.
So she's a Malinois. That's a remarkable dog. I've seen videos of them climbing walls. I don't even know how that's possible.
Oh, no one told them they can't do it.
Well, there you go. Special ops.
Right.
So how do you actually get linked up with these guys? Well, it could be women too.
Yeah, guys and gals with us. Okay, we have our organization is at shadowwarriorsproject.org. You can reach out to us there. It's me and my wife that run it. And we finally, after 3-4 years, we finally hired an executive assistant to help with some of that. Some of the moving parts as we're getting bigger with these other programs. And, we're looking for people to help. If anybody out there's a dog lover and wants to help buy a dog for a veteran, for a project, for somebody who's a contractor, look us up, help us out.
How much of an investment is that?
It's total investment to get the dog and pay for all the training of the dog and then the training of the contractor slash veteran, because 99% of us are veterans, it's about 30 grand, $35,000.
Okay, sure. So if somebody is inclined to do that, how do they get a hold of you?
Get a hold of us through shadowwarriorsproject.org. Through there, you can make a donation on our page. If you want that donation to go to our dog program, you can, on your form and on your donation, you can allocate what do you want it for. If you want it just to go to help a family or the college fund, you can do that as well.
Well, as a Vietnam vet, I thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
It's great to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Shadow Warrior Project, something to really keep in mind. And for SHOT Show TV, I'm David Lombardo.